Good morning, everyone. Rise and shine and say hello to Rocco.
Hi, Rocco Gibson here.
Recording artist, chef, yoga instructor, and he's showing us how to start the day on a positive note. And while we're hanging out with Rocco, get ready for a dose of healthy vibes for mind, body, and spirit.
Voila! And then you just dip and you enjoy. There you have it. I'm varying up my morning ritual. This morning I'm actually having black tea. I like to switch it up a little bit. Black tea is, I can't give you the specific amount of caffeine, but I can definitely tell you that it does the trick for sure. Got my honey, got my chocolate almond silk milk in there. Life is good.
All right, so I've gotten ready, clocked on at 8:30 and did some work. I couldn't do too much though, because if I got somebody on the phone, I'd be doing a screening and an eligibility assessment, and that could take more than an hour, which would make me late to do the community outreach. So I just sent texts, which you can do from the computer. So I was still able to get some stuff done and be ready for the community outreach. Made a pit stop, grabbing coffee. Java Junkie, ready to roll. All right, I have arrived at the outreach site. I am 15 minutes early. I'm an early bird by nature. My worst fear, believe it or not, is being late. As you can see, I do not have my Rocco clothes on. I don't have my tank top, my hat. I do still have my crystals because I do believe they give good energy, and also, you know, it's not against dress code. When I came here for the first time 2 days ago, I was dressed to the nines. I had a button-up shirt. I looked great, and I walked in and realized, as a food pantry, most of the people coming in here were, you know, obviously not dressed that way. So this particular time, I have dressed down because I don't want to look like this suit, basically. I want to be relatable. In the same way I would want to be relatable from my music to viewers, I want to be relatable and approachable to someone who needs food and wants services. So I am dressed down. I've got jeans on, my boots, and I think that's the appropriate way to go. So I have a little bit of time to just kind of ease into the day a little bit. And viewer, wish me luck. All right, so the shift went really well. I was in there for 2 hours. There was one woman who came up to me asking for help. Her Medicaid card got stolen. She was curious if we offered any legal services, but we do not. But I gave her information on Legal Aid Society, so she's able to do that. And a woman came up wanting a screening who only speaks Burmese. So we set up a call for later where I'll have an interpreter. So I'm looking forward to that. So it was a success. I feel if there's one person who I can help out, I've done my job. Hi guys, Cooking with Rocco. We are going to be making pasta alla norma tonight. That's a red sauce with pieces of eggplant that have been fried in olive oil. You can make it the more decadent way, making your own red sauce, really making it from scratch, but I'm going to show you the quick and easy way. For this recipe, you'll need, you can either make your own red sauce, or a jar of red sauce is fine. Price Chopper, that's the local grocery store. I think their stuff is good. Parmesan cheese, you can either grate it yourself or just have it from the jar. Onion, garlic, eggplant, and sausage. Voila! Here we have it. We have our garlic that's chopped up. We have our onion. I'm still a little teary. We have our eggplant. We have our sausage balls. So you guys remember this pan from the Assassin's Pasta video? Well, we are going to use it to fry up the eggplant. We're going to do it with olive oil. One of the reasons why I prefer to show you guys the simple, easy way to do this, I feel most of us are super busy. We have a lot of stuff going on, and I think it's helpful to just show some tricks of the trade where you can still eat well and quickly. Can you hear that? I added some salt, some pepper. I've added another pan where I'm going to work with the onion, the garlic, and the sausage balls. As you can see, the eggplant is frying up very nicely. The onion is starting to look a little more cooked, so now is a good time to add in the garlic. I have added the sausage balls in, and I removed the eggplant that's draining in paper towel. This is our eggplant. I drained it, well, kind of. There's still quite a bit of oil in here, but that is absolutely fine. Look at this. Oh my God, it smells amazing. Please. Now, this cheese is going to blend right in, and we're just going to go ahead and continue to cook this until the sausage balls are cooked through all of the way. And now is a good time to start heating up the water for the pasta. Added a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Broke open 2 of the meatballs and they still looked a little pink, so they still do need to heat up a little bit more. There's the babe. Say hi. There he is. You're not finished until you have at least thrown the pasta in the water, because we're going to want to add a little bit of that pasta water to the sauce, and with the little bit of red sauce that's left in here, I want to add a little pasta water to that to put the rest in the sauce. I just don't want to waste. That's the Italian in me. I think it's the adult in me. I have a story actually for the one of the last tunes I was working on for my Capricorn album, the song Aries. I would have to compare it to this sauce, okay? So I had everything I needed. The end sounded good, but it wasn't va-va-va-room until I changed the bass. I changed it to a very different sound, and it changed the whole feel of the song. And it went from to wow. So with cooking, you could have a meal that it has all the ingredients, it has everything it needs, but it just needs that little tweak. So adding a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper made this from drab to fab. An amazing trick of the trade for you: make sure all of your dishes are done before the actual meal is done. Well, the hubby set the table, which is wonderful. So now the pasta water is it's heating up. We haven't added the pasta yet. Now I'm going to prepare beverages, which is actually really simple for me. It's water infused with cucumber, basil, mint, and strawberries. And I will do a quick video on how I do that. It's really simple and easy, like the avocado wraps video. Just throw it together. They say a watched pot never boils. It's true as of right this second. Some sauce progress here. Look at this. It's actually cooked down, and it's almost starting to look a little bit like a bolognese. Interesting. I'm not sure if it's supposed to look like this, but it smells great. It tastes great. That's all that matters. At that pasta went in the water perfectly. Now we officially have pasta water, which we are going to add into the sauce, as well as to get the last of that red sauce from the jar. Take some of the finished sauce and put it in a bowl, and you'll see why. I've taken the pasta, and it's a few minutes before al dente. I threw it in the sauce, and I'm going to have the pasta have the rest of its cooking time in the sauce itself. The babe is amazing. He reminded me that we actually had some leftover fresh mozzarella, so I'm adding this in. It has a few more minutes to cook before the pasta is completely done. We are plating up the babe's. This is for the babe. Scoop some of the sauce on top. Sorry for the presentation. I know it looks a little sloppy, but that's me. Okay, babe, come and get it. I want to give you guys an update. The day job is going really well. It's at a point now where I'm pretty much in full swing, but anybody is there to answer any questions, and quite frankly, a part of the day is pumping calls out to people, and the other part of the day is keeping your schedule clear so that calls can come into you. So between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, my phone could ring anytime, and it rings right from the laptop. It's got a software on there. It's so cool. And, personally, I think I'll be lucky if I get 2 calls, and it's my first day, so I think naturally I'm a little nervous about it because, I want to do well. However, I also know that I have someone who is literally right there to answer any questions as they pop up. So I think this is great because it's a new part of my job that I get to experience, because once I do, I will know what I'm doing, because my goal is to do as much as I can to build a good foundation for myself. Granted, this is not my own business, but I want to turn this into my own practice in the sense of I want my own rhythm. I want to work really hard to get it to be this very manageable system so that, I can clock in, feel good about what I'm doing, and end the day feeling good. And ultimately, at the end of the day, hopefully I will have helped someone get signed up for services. So, I don't believe there are any coincidences. I do believe that the person who I'm going to reach is the person who I'm meant to reach, because this could be a person who might need the very thing in that moment that I might be able to help them with, to get them the information. For example, there was that one woman who I gave information on the Legal Aid Society, so hopefully she's doing okay. That was not planned, and it wasn't even a billable service we could have done. However, I was still able to help, and that felt great. So that's how the workday is going, and it's, I can't complain. And it is Friday, so I do have a nice weekend ahead. I have no clue what the weekend is going to look like, but I'm going to savor every minute of it. Sorry, guys, I can't talk half the time. But so I guess we could say this is the very beginning of the weekend, because only a few hours and the real Friday starts. I had so much fun reading verse 17 of the Tao Te Ching to you, the one about leadership. I decided to read you another one. This is not about leadership. This is actually about, I'll read it. So this is verse number 68. The best athlete wants his opponent at his best. The best general enters the mind of his enemy. The best businessman serves the communal good. The best leader follows the will of the people. All of them embody the virtue of non-competition. Not that they don't love to compete, but they do it in the spirit of play. In this, they are like children and in harmony with the Tao. For me, this is a common way that I approach anything. A good example of this would be as an indie musical artist. I'm not in this to try to get ahead of anyone. I'm not in this to earn this amount of dollars. I am not, for example, on this show to win an Emmy. I'm doing this because it's in the spirit of play. It's not that I don't enjoy learning that my new album now has almost 20,000 hits. That's a great thing. However, if I only had 100 hits, I would still be okay with that. And I'd still want other indie artists to do just as well, if not even better. So in taking this attitude, it's you're working with your competitors, if you can even call them that. We're all on the same team. It's that kind of a mindset, and it makes more of a, it makes for more of an enjoyable experience. Going back to verse 17, the leader, the best leader, is the one who sets everyone up for success. Not the one who is feared, not the one who is despised, not the one who is results oriented to the point where he, she, or they are forgetting about the quality. I just feel that this is a
great verse, because it really means that it's possible to win without being afraid to quote unquote lose. In fact, if you lose the fear of losing, you are more likely to get ahead. A good example I will give, this comes from Oprah Winfrey's and Eckhart Tolle's webinar regarding his book, A New Earth, that was back in 2008. He states, and I think it may have been a quote, about an athlete who was unfocused and wasn't really able to hit the mark. And when an observer asked a Zen master what the reason was, the Zen master says, his desire to win robs him of power. So, if you have that desire to win to the point where it's overriding other things, you're going to lose anyway. Because even if you do finish first, it's not a real victory, because it's not going to be fulfilling. For example, let's just go back to, the 19,000 hits. Let's just say I did have that, I have to get ahead of everyone. I have to win. That kind of attitude. All right, great. I could have 100,000 hits, and then I'm going to want 150,000 hits, and then 150,000 hits are going to come, and then I'm going to want 200,000. That's called greed, and that's it's a very sad way to live, because you miss out on the enjoyment. So once again, I'll reread this before we conclude. The best athlete wants his opponent at his best. The best general enters the mind of his enemy. The best businessman serves the communal good. The best leader follows the will of the people. Do you see where this is going? All of them embody the virtue of non-competition. Not that they don't love to compete, but they do it in the spirit of play. In this, they are like children, innocent, and in harmony with the Tao.